hope I do not come off like a weed head. Please don't come off as a weed head. Spirit gave me the words. So do not come off like a weed head. Welcome to the House of Healing. My name is Malia, and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. For those of you who don't know, I have an online apothecary where I sell herbal smoke blends, and my tagline is Inhale with Intent. Now, a lot of people have asked, what does that mean exactly? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. What does inhale with intent mean? In full transparency, and because we're all adults here, I am a cannabis consumer. A couple of years ago, during the panini, I had a lot of time, of course, to just sit with myself and just reflect, and really started to incorporate a lot of changes and really just work on me. During that time, I made a promise to myself that I would work on being more intentful about everything that I do. I wanted to make sure that anything that I engaged in, anything that I consumed, whatever it was, that I knew the intent behind it and that it felt good to me. And I'm also really big on making sure that my life in itself just feels like it's one big moving ritual. So in the spirit of that, I started sitting with my habits, reevaluating the why behind things, and was just really working on going beyond the surface. So in my journey of being more intentful about things, I had to sit down and really assess how I was going about smoking. Not that it was for escapism or anything like that I was doing, but I just wanted to be honest with myself and see, like, okay, how could I make this more sacred? How could I make this something that is more meaningful to me and not just feel like it's just something else that I'm doing to, pass the time or whatever the case may have been. Long story short, on this journey, I started really connecting more with Mother Nature and just natural herbs and just learning more about the medicinal properties. So what felt like was overnight was me learning how to incorporate certain herbs into my smoking rituals, ultimately creating these smoke blends that I was able to sit with and really work and put intention behind and really bring out the properties of. And it's such a beautiful process to take something so small and create magic with and powerful meaning behind, and to turn it into something sacred. With that being said, what it really means to inhale with intent is not only what you're inhaling, but how. This is what I personally do whenever I am about to consume. This is my own personal ritual and process that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm not saying that you have to do these things, but if you are wanting to be more mindful or just create more intent about how you go about consuming, you may be able to find some takeaways with this. So before I even light up, before I roll up, before anything, what I like to do is actually cleanse and bless the cannabis. So when I procure the goods, I like to sit with them for a second and really just pray and meditate, and I set intentions to cleanse them. And when I say by cleanse, I'm praying and asking that there's any negative energy, anything that's harmful, anything that is not of like my highest good or my highest intentions for me, I ask that it be removed from the goods. The reason why I do that is because you never really know. You never really know where your stuff has been, you know, and you don't really know how many hands it's been through and the journey that it took to get to you. So it's a good thing to kind of take a second and clear all of that out before you just start consuming. But I do have a special jar that I keep it in, and within that jar I do have certain crystals. You can throw whatever crystals for whatever intentions you're wanting to set at the time in there. For me personally, I have clear quartz and rose quartz in my jar is what I keep. At one point in time, I was really wanting to work on financial abundance and whatnot, so I kept pyrite in my jar. So you can swap them out, you can keep permanent ones in there. Whatever it is that you're wanting to call in, work on, manifest, release, throw the appropriate crystal in there. I also have a special stash box that I keep all of these things in. There isn't anything like special or ceremonial about the box itself, but just in the spirit of organization, and because I'm a Virgo, I like to keep all of that in one space. So I always make sure that I cleanse and set intentions for my stash before consuming. When it's time to light it up, what I like to do is set further intentions. Prime example, right now I am on a self-love journey. I'm wanting to explore deeper aspects of myself and just learn more about me to the core and really develop a tight-knit, healthy relationship when it comes to self-love and self-worth for me. As I'm rolling up, I am thinking about this self-love journey. I am thinking about the intentions of wanting to connect with myself more, wanting to love myself more, wanting to learn more about me. I literally sit there and infuse self-love, self-worth, like all of the things that I'm trying to discover and call in and bring in for myself right now as I'm on this journey. I think about those things and I meditate and I pray over these things as I'm rolling up. And of course, I'm always throwing in any sort of corresponding herbs that match my intentions at the time for just a little extra oomph for what it is that I'm trying to call in. So now that we've gotten all of our intention setting out of the way and it's actually time to consume, I actually still make that portion intentional as well. So as I'm inhaling, I like to visualize the intentions filling up my lungs, filling up my body. So the self-love, the confidence, whatever my intentions are at the time, I envision myself being filled with that as I inhale. What I like to do is while exhaling is clearing the path for our intentions to come through. And when I say clear the path, I like to look at smoke as a smudge and as a clearing tool. As I'm exhaling, anything that does not serve the highest good for my intentions, since I'm working on self-love, any limiting beliefs, any self-doubt, anything that doesn't align with my intentions at the time, I allow myself to release that as I'm exhaling, and creates room for what it is that I'm trying to call in. So creating this sacred ritual for myself and being on this journey, it has really changed a lot of things for me. For starters, I found that I actually smoke less now, which of course saves money, which is always a great thing. But aside from that, I think the biggest takeaway from really being intentional about how I consume cannabis is realizing that, it's an opportunity to use plant medicine as a way to elevate your life and not just your state of consciousness for that set amount of time. Taking the time out to set intentions, something so small before consuming, has really allowed me to learn more about myself, learn more about others. I've been able to heal lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of trauma, and just came to certain realizations, all types of downloads and understanding, and just access to deeper wisdom and knowledge has been obtained from just taking 2 seconds out of my day to create intent behind it. It's really, really powerful. And depending on the intentions that you set for yourself, you can really have a beautiful experience and receive revelations that create a life-changing experience for you. So I hope that my ritual has inspired you to create one for yourself. And if it has, please let me know in the comments below. Be sure to check out my apothecary where you can learn more about my smoke blends, and check the description box below for a special promo code. Until next time, peace.